The New England Patriots were able to nab Keion White in the second round of the 2023 NFL Draft. White was a defensive lineman coming out of Georgia Tech with potential first-round talent thanks to his ability to play a variety of linemen on the line, and was a dangerous edge rusher. I had White as the fringe first-round draft pick and was not on my list of top targets for the Patriots. However, I started to stare at his name as we got closer and closer to the Patriots pick in the second round. So I was surprised and elated that they were able to get him at that point in the draft. As a result, I gave that pick an A- due to Keion's raw talent and upside potential, as well as his value at 46, plus the secondary need for an edge rusher that can work a variety of techniques. Although my list had other positions having a higher priority, I was happy with the pick because he can play just about anywhere on the line. The Patriots really picked up a guy who can play a variety of packages, so we could see him get significant playing time this upcoming season. I saw him as basically 3 draft picks due to his versatility. Well, the early reports out of Foxboro have revealed that the Patriots are testing his versatility, with Keion working some snaps and upright technique. Indeed, Bill is known for testing guys out in a variety of positions and alignments to see how they perform. So, I tend to downplay most of these reports. In this situation, Keion White has the physical talents to play multiple positions on the line, so it's possible Bill is testing him to be a potential VYPER for the New England Patriots this season. If he's going to play edge on the early downs and then move inside on thirds, he might have that VYPER responsibility when Judon and Uche are not on the field. If that is the plan, we might see Keion on the field a lot more than expected for his rookie season. First, I will provide some background on Keion, then I will discuss the VYPER position and how Keion could be a great candidate for this role. Finally, I will present why Patriots fans should keep a close eye on Keion this year and in the coming seasons. Starting off with measurables, Keion White is a massive edge defender at 6'5", 285. His arms are 34 inches, his hands 10 1/8. His 40-yard was 4.79, 20-yard split on that was 2.75, 10-yard was 1.69. His vert was 34 inches, his broad was 9'9". He benched 30 reps. This gave us a defensive end RAS of 9.49, D tackle RAS of 9.92, and a linebacker RAS of 8.33. So Keion is a big, physical, tough defensive end with some flexibility to play inside, potentially outside. However, White started off his college career as a tight end at Old Dominion. He transferred to Georgia Tech in 2021, but missed most of that season due to an injury. It took some time to fully recover from it, but once he got back and got some steam, he became a huge threat on the edge on early downs and had some inside rush ability. In terms of production, he registered 41 pressures with 7 sacks and 4 QB hits. He also made 28 run stops. And to make note, he even dropped into coverage 27 times. On tape, he can work with his hands in the dirt or as a stand-up edge. As a tackle, he can crash the inside and pressure the quarterback from the interior. On the edge, he has the power to temper the edges and flatten angles to the football. White explodes and drives blockers backwards with his heavy punches and lower body power. He has an absolutely relentlessly high motor and just does not give up a play. There is a play versus Virginia where he flips and runs with a running back down the sideline who's running a wheel route. He stays right on that guy's hip. On the downside, White's technique needs to be cleaned up, but the Patriots certainly have the coaching to work on that in Foxboro. Most of the other concerns come from him just being so raw. The consistency, the awareness, etc. He's just not a highly refined athlete yet. So let's move on to the VYPER. What is the VYPER position? Primarily spelled VYPER, but it can be referenced as VIPER. The VYPER position was a designation created on Notre Dame's defensive line and has been a major part of their defense for several years. It is another hybrid position that is best described as a drop end, where it is a defensive end that is lined up in a 2-point stance, typically on the same side of the line as the defensive tackle working a 5 technique. The VYPER requires speed, that can be converted into pursuing a quarterback in pass rush or tailing a tight end in pass coverage. The Viper role was handled by Isaiah Foskey last season at Notre Dame, who was able to work hard to add a lot more drops and improve his coverage, but was still a massive threat for the pass rush. In coverage, Foskey was able to get his hands on a receiver who was about to break his route. He stayed right on the receiver's hip and was very destructive at the point of attack. As a result, Foskey became critical to that defense. Now, can Keion be a Viper? Well, I will admit, I think Keion's best role is a 5-technique defensive end, but he has experience playing deeper inside on the line and has the coverage experience. So, he could have a broader list of responsibilities and uses, Viper or not. However, I'm going to provide you with a few points that should support his potential to take on the Viper position. First, Keion has the measurables and the talent to be a Viper. How do I know that? Well, he's very similar to Foskey in terms of size, speed, positional versatility, and the experience before taking on the Viper role. After watching some of Notre Dame's previous Vipers, I can confirm Keion has the perfect blend of size and athleticism to play a hybrid role. White can play odd or even front, allowing him to play where he is needed. Keion is violent with his hands when making contact and has the pursuit speed with short area quickness to disrupt the backfield and make plays. Moreover, White has the incredibly high motor to blast through blocks. The dude will put the Kool-Aid man to shame. Moreover, he has the body control, he can bend the edge, and he can anticipate pursuit. Again, he has an incredibly high motor. Second, Keion's football experience will provide him with some tools and knowledge to excel at the Viper role. Reminder, Keion played tight end at Old Dominion and started 8 games as a redshirt freshman in 2018 with 11 receptions for 124 yards, which is like 11.3 average there. His transition to D-end in 2019 was basically seamless, as he tied the school record with 19 tackles for loss, with 3.5 sacks and 62 tackles in 12 starts. He transferred to Georgia Tech in 2021, making only 4 tackles in 4 games after missing the start of the season due to an injury. But White exploded in his final season with 14 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks, among 54 total stops and 12 starts. So, what is my point? Well, he knows what it's like to be a receiver, and he's a tackling machine. And he's more than just an edge rusher. He just finds the football. So, he has some appropriate experience and instinct to be a Viper. Third, Keion might be the only guy really capable of handling this position if Bill believes it is necessary. Admittedly, I have been banging the table for the New England Patriots to get faster and more dynamic at the linebacker level. And they did with Matt Wilson and Marte Mapu. Yes, great. Now, we might have to consider, do we have that big, strong side linebacker on early downs? You got Bentley and Tavai. Jennings and Perkins are big dudes, but are these guys effective pass rushers? Not the same level as White, in my opinion. What's my point? Yes, we would like to have these guys like Wilson and Mapu on the field to hand the more athletic skills players and spy the QB on almost every down. But if those guys need to be on the field on early downs, we might be skewing towards being undersized to handle the run or big personnel packages. Well, we can't have 5 linebackers on the field there, but maybe we have more of a 4-3 situation, but one of that front 4, being White, is a Viper, who will have the responsibility of the tight end or the fullback or the tailback on a passing play. If not, it's full steam ahead to the ball carrier or QB. In addition, the Patriots might need a big body player in coverage to help with a mismatch. Think it's absurd that I think Keion can do this? Remember that he dropped in the coverage 27 times last year? Don't think Bill will use him this way? Remember Willie McGinnis? 6'5", with like being 255 to 270. So let's go over that. Willie McGinnis, 34-inch arms, 10-inch plus hands, 4.69 40, 34-inch vert, 22 reps. Reminder, White is 6'5", 285, 34-inch arms, so basically the same, 10-inch hands, the same. little bit slower at 479, but same exact vert. And he had 30 reps on the bench, so a little bit stronger there. So Keion being much heavier and stronger and a bit slower, but still, we're talking about very similar size and frame here. Now, Willie's from a different era of football, yes, really. And he was a linebacker who came down to play DN when needed to contain the quarterback or just add some pressure. So, we would be looking at a reversal with Keion, but don't say it's not possible that Keion can handle this. He has an 8.83 RAS as a linebacker. And don't say Bill and the coaching staff can't figure it out. They have done it before. Before you start arguing about, he'll never do that, he's just a D end or whatever else he got, Bill loves guys who can handle multiple responsibilities, and he makes sure that they are prepared for that role when it comes time. Again, Bill put Willie up on the line almost exclusively during Super Bowl 39 to put pressure on McNabb and keep him from scrambling. That plan worked out, and the Patriots defense won that game with multiple turnovers as McGinnis and Seymour pressured McNabb relentlessly. We might not ever see this come to fruition, or the circumstances show up on the field for Keion to play the Viper role this season. But that doesn't mean Keion is not being coached to have the skill set ready if Bill needs him to do it. Plus, he will be surrounded by players that can help him develop into this role. Keion will be joining a couple of strong position groups with the edge rushers comprising of Judon, Dietrich Wise Jr., Uche, Jennings, Perkins, and DeMarcus Mitchell. He will also be spending time with the D tackles. You got Gaucha, Guy, Barmore, Aquale, Davis, Roberts, and Farms. So, he will be exposed to a variety of players and techniques. There might be enough skills osmosis here for him to expand his repertoire and be outfitted for the Viper role. Again, we don't know if Keion will be able to do this, and if the position will even be employed by the Patriots this season, or ever. Still, considering the points above, I believe there's more than enough evidence to support Keion being a great candidate for the Viper role, and I think there's enough evidence for the need for a Viper role, and Bill's ability to coach and employ the Viper role. So, what do you think about Keion? Can he be a Viper? Will the Patriots need this position moving forward? How will they use Keion? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.